Other revision on the next chapter is Python. Okay, Python chapter, that is very important, the basics of Python. Python fundamentals. So I have sent this PDF to your group. You can see it in that. Okay. That is our chapter 1, getting started with Python. Yes, Vipul, you can see.
A high-level, interpreted, and general-purpose dynamic programming language that focuses on code readability. The syntax in Python helps the programmers to do coding in fewer steps as compared to Java or C++. The language founded in the year 1991 by the developer Guido van Rossum as the programming easy and fun to do.
It's really fun to study Python programming language, isn't it? Right now. Can you at least unmute Meghna and say something? I can't hear you. This is the person behind that. Okay, introduction Meghna is Henry.
Python is a general purpose language, which means it can be used to build just about anything, which will be made easy with the right tools or libraries. Professionally, Python is great for backend web development, data analysis, artificial intelligence, and scientific computing. Many developers have also used Python to build productivity tools, games, and desktop apps. There are plenty of resources to help you learn how to use as well.
So here the questions can be like, what are the different applications of Python language? So you can write these applications. Alright. And it is a general purpose language. Now, in which language Python is written? In which language, Lydia? Tell me in which language it is written?
Compilers.
Language, read it properly.
High level language.
Name is given, name. It's like case study question. Read the paragraph and tell me the answer. In which language Python is written? First question. Lydia.
C.
C. Yes, it is C. In C language Python is written. Donna, next question is, what is the traditional implementation of Python called as?
C Python.
How does Python name generator? Answer. Answer, tell me the answer. What is it? Anjo, unmute.
It is loading.
Okay. We'll wait.
They when the guide was reading a book, when from that he got the name Python.
Did you hear my question? My question is, how this Python name generated? How this Guido van Rossum given the programming language name Python? No idea.
So he needed, he thought he needed a name that was short, unique, and slightly mysterious.
Yes. He was watching a series, Monty Python's Flying Circus. From that, he thought of this particular name Python. So finally, he gave the name as a unique name, Python. Now, what are the advantages of Python programming language? Meenakshi can read.
It's portable, dynamic, object-oriented, high-level language,
Extensible in C++ and C. That is, you can join Python programming with C++ and C. Then it's a high-level language. It's very similar to English. Portable. You can work it in Windows operating system, a Linux operating system, or Unix operating system. It's called platform independence. Portable. Object-oriented means it's in everything, every labels or keywords that we use in Python are considered as objects. So that's why it's called object-oriented. Dynamic means we have learned that A is equal to 10. Here A will become automatically, it will be considered as an integer. If you print A, it will give you an answer as 10. Any doubt in that? Any doubt? Vipul? Okay. Now, if I write hello, then automatically A will be changed to a string and A will be pointing to hello. So it became a string. It was an integer. Then third line became string. So that is called a dynamic nature. Modular means you can split the program into different small modules. If you have 1,000 or 2,000 lines of code to be written in a program, if you write in a single stretch, it will look very complicated. So you can use different small functions you can write, and you can join it together. That's why it's called modular. Modules. Interpreter. That is, you can see in interactive mode. You can run the program. You can write one line of code, and when you press enter, it will be executed. So line by line execution is possible in interpreter. Interactive means you can write the entire coding and you can run the program. Interactive, and you can ask the user, enter the number, enter the age, etc. So it is an interactive language. You can interact with the user, with the program. That's what it's called, interactive. So Donna, what are the different advantages of Python?
It is an interactive language. Portable.
Possible. Forgot.
Mm.
Interpreted.
High level interpreted language.
Then dynamic.
Dynamic.
Now, why companies prefer Python? Because of this robust. This is another robust language that you know. Robust language. No idea. Java is a robust language that you can see this in one movie. That famous movie is that sir is saying that Java is robust. So Java is another program which is robust. That means it will never crash. So whatever the user enters as the values, it will not crash. That's the meaning of robustness. Always it will handle. It has the capability to handle all the kinds of coding, all the kinds of values given by the user. So it will never crash. It will never hang. So that is another specialty. Easy to read, easy to maintain. Any other things are there. There are the different companies that use Python to develop. You know it already. I have told you about Instagram and YouTube. Again, Facebook is using as one of the components to develop Yahoo, Google, IBM, Walt Disney, the music, the Walt Disney, that is also using Nokia, NASA, so everywhere, and Firefox. The next comes another topic, that is compiler. So every programming language needs a compiler or interpreter to execute the program. So Lydia, you can read compiler.
It's a translator used to convert XLL to MLL and vice
What is
versa.
this XLL?
High level language.
High level language to MLL, machine level language. Continue.
Compiling source code to compiler, then binary code, then
First, source code means the code that you are writing in Python. The source code .py file is compiled by the compiler, and it will generate machine level language. Then that will be executed by the CPU and the user will get output. So here it is a translator used to convert high level language to machine level language in one go. That means whatever number of lines we have written in the spider window, the entire coding will be converted into machine level language. That is specialty of compiler. See the diagram, processor. Finally, the brain of the computer will be changing all the codings into executable code. So we will be getting the results after the processing done by the CPU. Before, you can read interpreter.
And translator used to convert high level language into a machine level language and vice versa.
Turn on your video. I see the diagram. What is this?
Binary code.
What about this?
Source code.
What about this? What is that? This is the application app used to write the Python program. Python. Okay, so we can use any software. We can use Idle, any other Jupyter, Notebook, any software are available. So those who are using Mac and Linux operating system, Python is pre-installed. You don't have to install. But the Windows operating system users, they have to install it. Let's come Python distribution. So I have told you to download a distribution which is called as Dash. In order to do Python programming, I have told you to install something. What is that name, Hannah? Hannah, Meghna,
Spider.
No. Directly you have downloaded Spider or something else other than Spider?
Anaconda.
Something bigger? Yes, Anaconda. Anaconda distribution you downloaded first. So what is the distribution? Why we downloaded Anaconda distribution? What is the distribution? Meghna, read.
A Python distribution is a software bundle which contains a Python interpreter and Python standard library. Installer programs for operating system.
So it's a software bundle. It consists of lots of software. Not only Spider, it has Jupyter Notebook and many other things are there in order to do Python programming. So it is a bundle software package which consists of lots of other software. Then there will be a Python interpreter, compiler, everything. We don't have to install separately. Everything is there inside. So that is a distribution. The most popular distribution is Anaconda distribution. Many other distributions are there, but this is the best and simple one. Now we installed Anaconda distribution. Inside Anaconda distribution, which one got installed? Spider. So in Spider software, we are doing the Python programming. So what is this Spider is called as an IDE. So there can be a question for examination. What is the full form of IDE? Integrator Development. Lydia, you can read.
Yes, ma'am.
The page.
What is an IDE?
Continue.
Ma'am, no.
Can't see.
An integrated development environment is a software application that provides comprehensive facilities to computer programmers for software development. An IDE normally consists of a source code editor, build automation tools, and a
Debugger.
most modern IDE have intelligent
Code completion. Okay. See, what is an IDE? It consists of, we can write the programming, that is source code. Build automation tools. What is this build automation tool? When you click on this dot, automatically everything will be displayed. It's like a pop-up. And if you open a round bracket, automatically a closing bracket will be displayed. So that is called automation tools, and also intelligent code completion. So when you type something in WhatsApp, you can see if you have enabled dictionary, automatically the spelling correction will be done. The same way, here there is an intelligent code completion in Spider. So editing the program, building the program, that means how to make everything automation, automatically building the program, and how to execute the program. Everything is coming inside a single window. That's why it is called as an integrated development environment. Integrated. Everything is integrated. So what is integrated development environment, Donna?
It is a software application which provides facilities to computer programmers.
That's all. That's what. What are the other facilities available in an IDE?
Automation tools,
Mm.
and intelligent codes completion.
Completion, editing of the source code, building, execution, everything in a single window. So the example is Spider. Another one, Eclipse. So 12th standard you will be studying many other things. Jupyter Notebook you will study. So in Eclipse you can download Eclipse and you can study the program. Django, another one. Django, not simply Django, Django. DJ. So these are the different IDEs, popular IDEs. Many other IDEs are there. Let me see whether I have downloaded Spider here. So Anaconda is being, you can see in this many things you can see. These are the different other packages. So Anaconda Navigator, Anaconda is a distribution. It's a bunch of software tools. You can see Spider, Qt Console, Notebook, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, CMD.exe prompt, PowerShell prompt. So many options are available in order to do Python programs. Bluefish, Orange Tree, RStudio. Okay. Then we have Spider is actually it's a scientific Python development environment. Okay, scientific programming will be done using this Python. So we will be doing the program in Python. You can use any IDEs. So that is about your Anaconda distribution. Let's continue. Come back to our topic. Now, shell. What is a shell? Vishnu, can please.
A shell is usually an interactive shell, usually termed a REPL, stands for Read, Execute, Print, Loop. Most interpreted languages offer a REPL interface, whether it's LISP, Python, BASIC or JavaScript, or even DOS, batch language, or Unix shells. The interpreter is what actually executes the lines of code.
So shell means where you write the program. That is called a shell. Read, execute, print. So in Spider, you have written the coding, a single line, and you press enter, then you will get the result. That is called read, execute, print, loop. So that is launching Spider now. In Spider, you can see two types of mode. One is interactive mode and another one is script mode. So that can be a question, what are the two modes? One is interactive mode and other one is script mode. So interactive mode means it is being compiled by the interpreter. Line by line execution will be done in interactive mode. Scripting mode, entire program will be converted into executable code. So this is here. You can see a black screen. It's called as a console. Bottom. It is called a shell. So I can write here print this is the print statement. This is a single statement. So what is the specialty of interpreter? It will execute the single line by line execution. See, this is called the interactive mode. So what is that? Run, we are writing the code, we are executing it. Then repeating the same thing. So here if I write A is equal to 10, memory allocation will get over. A equal to 10, simple. On the left side you can see another window that is called as a script mode. So this we will write the entire program in this window. Full program we will write here, and all together it will be compiled by the compiler. In interactive mode, single line execution. This is now back to the shell. So it is the interactive shell. The working is done by whom? Interpreter. That's what I have showed you, interactive shell. I told you there are two modes, script and interactive mode. It is very important question. What are the two different modes? Script mode and interactive mode. The entire file after completing you will write as py. Then it will run. The program will be run. Interactive mode, line by line. Immediate feedback you will get. Okay, then whatever you are writing as .py file, that is called as a script. What is spider? It's an IDE. Here it says spider. So this is the introduction of Python. Then the programming fundamentals of Python we will see in the next class. Okay. So don't be absent in the revision classes. That will help you to study, and not only just sitting simply like in previous class by muting your mic. Like very lazy to unmute yourself, isn't it? Right now. So it will be, at least if the teacher says good afternoon, something you have to say it back, isn't it? Am I right or wrong? Biology students. I am right. I don't have to. I just asked you. Okay. So you should not do it in any other classes, not only in my class. Every subject, all the subject teachers. Okay. Thank you. Bye.